at an estimated cost of rupees 19,579 crore were submitted by the present government to Government of India on 4/11/2024 and 26/2025 respectively for approval as a joint venture project of Government of Telangana and Government of India. Multiple meetings were held by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, the nodal ministry of Government of India, to review the expansion proposals. Government of India insisted on a definitive agreement with L&T for operational integration of Phase-1 being held by the private entity with the proposed Phase-2 to process the proposal. Since 4 of the 5 Phase-2A corridors or extension of the Phase-1 corridors, seamless integration becomes a must, Adhyaksha. Government of India has also requested L&T Metro to participate in the Phase-2 project as the equity partner along with Government of India and Government of Telangana. In response, L&T has conveyed its inability to participate either in Phase-2A and 2B as equity partner or sign a definitive agreement stating that as a corporate policy, the group had exited from all their PPP projects. But in interest of the operational integration and the passenger convenience, L&T expressed its willingness to exit from Phase-1 project and hand over to the government, provided they are adequately compensated for their equity of rupees 7,000 crore and the government taking over the project debt of approximately 13,000 crore, Adhyaksha. As L&T refused to sign the definitive agreement, which Government of India made it mandatory to consider Phase-2 Metro, a meeting was held with CM and MD of L&T Group on 25/9/2025. During the meeting, Chairman and Managing Director of L&T suggested the state government take over the complete debt of LTM RHL and pay about 5,900 crore for their equity value. After negotiations and with an objective to expedite the Phase-2 approval by the GOI, it was agreed in principle that the state government would take over the Phase-1 Metro by taking over the project debt, which is about 13,000 crore on the date of negotiations. Further, the state government has also agreed in principle to pay a one-time settlement towards L&T's equity and agreed that the takeover process will be carried forward, duly ensuring legal and statutory compliances. The status of Phase-2 proposals and the options available before the state government to expedite approval from Government of India was placed before the meeting of the Council of Ministers held on 16/10/2025. After deliberation, the Council of Ministers constituted a committee of secretaries with the Chief Secretary as the chairman to work out the modalities of the takeover options and to submit the recommendation to the Cabinet Subcommittee on resource mobilization. Subsequently, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has also nominated Sri Sushil Kumar, MD, UP MRCL, as a member of the committee on behalf of Government of India. IDBI Capital was engaged as a transaction advisor for financial and the legal due diligence, and Delhi Metro Rail Corporation entity, DMIL, for technical due diligence by the committee. The committee thoroughly examined the due diligence reports submitted by both these organizations. It is observed that the IDBI Capital assessed the market value of metro rail assets ranging from 20,544 crores to 22,102 crores towards any undisclosed, unknown liabilities. The state government has to take indemnity from the parent L&T company. The necessary details of the proposed transaction were shared with the Government of India representative. The Committee of Secretaries made the following recommendations to the Cabinet Subcommittee. In view of Metro Rail Policy 2017 of Government of India's requirement of a seamless metro network, MOHUA's stipulations for Phase 2 approval, international experience with a fragmented metro system, passenger experience, and the long-term financial stability, it is recommended that the Government of Telangana proceed with acquisition of Phase 1 metro from LTMRHL. The takeover shall be by purchase of the shares of LTMRHL through an appropriate share purchase agreement, duly invoking indemnities from the parent company, that is L&T. Regarding financing requirement of the state government's takeover, the committee recommended to accept the offer of Indian Railways Finance Corporation to provide the required loan with 75% in Japanese yen and the balance as a rupee term loan. However, the loan amount will be initially be disbursed in rupees with JPY disbursement to follow later. The recommendations of the Committee of Secretaries were accepted by the Cabinet Subcommittee on 22nd February 2026 and the Council of Ministers in its meeting on 23rd February 2026 approved the recommendations of the Cabinet Subcommittee to take over the Phase 1 metro from LTMRHL. In its meeting held on 23rd of March 2026, the Council of Ministers approved Hyderabad Metro Rail Limited as a state government entity to take over L&T's equity held in L&T Metro Rail Hyderabad Limited for a total consideration of not more than 15,000 crores comprising of both debt and equity by following due legal process by 30th April 2026. This amount proposed to be paid to L&T is much lesser than the valuation of metro assets arrived at by the empaneled agencies that carried out legal, financial and technical due diligence. With the proposed takeover, both Phase 1 and Phase 2 would become government entities and operational integration between both phases could be seamlessly achieved. In fact, when Honorable Union Minister for Urban Development, Sri Manohar Lal Ji, was apprised of the state government decision regarding takeover of Phase 1 project on the sidelines of the regional meeting of Urban Development Ministers held in Hyderabad on 18/11/2025, he was appreciative of his decision and gave a media statement later on the same day that the Phase 2 expansion project would be examined and taken up for approval by March 2026. In the light of the above, the House is requested to support and endorse the decision taken by the state government to take over the Metro Phase 1 and to vigorously pursue approval for the Phase 2 of the Metro proposals with Government of India. Thank you, Adhyaksha.